This physique doesn't have to take you 6 years, and it doesn't have to take you stabbing your ass twice a week either. And the reason why your progress is so stagnant and all your mates are surpassing you isn't because they have just better genetics. It's actually because you're self-sabotaging your gains and you don't even realize it. And now trust me, I have personally been through all of your struggles. I know how much harder this is when you just go about your training without any structure. Now, if I had to start over from complete scratch and speed run myself to Giga Chad physique status as fast as I possibly could, this is exactly how I would do it. All right, now this is my Giga Chad speed run. If I could be put in front of my old self and try and give him some words of wisdom of how to start out his gym journey, these are all the crucial things that I would tell him. Now, first up, we're gonna talk about training. The first thing I would tell my old self and anyone out there that is starting that journey is to lock the in to your workouts. Now, what I mean by this is, and Sam Sulek puts this in a fantastic way, I would rather overtrain than undertrain. And 99.9% of you guys are not overtraining, and it takes a lot to be able to reach the stage where you're putting detriment into your gains because of overtraining. Now, especially in your first year of building muscle, you need to be pushing as hard as honestly physically possible. And this is what makes all the difference, is the reason why a lot of people are just surpassing you in muscle growth, because they're just pushing a lot harder throughout their training sessions. Something that really can motivate you to increase your intensity throughout your training is having a good training partner. Not everyone has that, but another thing that can help you heaps is just honestly having a really good playlist, like really motivating G-up music, whatever gets you going. I don't care what you listen to, but as long as it gets you going and it gets you pushing past your perceived physical capabilities, 100% use it to your advantage. Another thing that helps you is pre-workout. Now, for me, you know, those sessions where I'm feeling really flat, unmotivated, if I just take some pre-workout, not only does it force me out of the door to just go to the gym in the first place, but it also helps you get all the way through your workout and train well throughout your workout too, like train really aggressively. So you really need to be training where like you're pulling silly faces with every single set. And this is the intensity that you need to sort of be striving for as well. This is what separates you from that average guy in the gym that doesn't really seem to be getting anywhere, is because his training is not taken to that extra step. I can't emphasize that enough as well. Your intensity means so much with how you create micro tears in your muscles and how they recover as well. So if you're just going to the gym and you're just training half-assed, you're gonna put the ceiling for yourself so much lower than if you trained like an absolute animal. Now for me, I set that bar so high where every single session has to be to this level, and that level is always getting the absolute most out of every single training session. And this is what's going to speed up your gains. Now, the next thing that I would tell myself is that you need to recharge your body sufficiently. Now, one thing I would get myself to do when I first started lifting is to track my sleep. Now, you can either use an Apple Watch or an Oura Ring, but you're probably not sleeping as well as you think you are. It's the exact same as when you track your food. You always feel like you're eating your protein and your macro goals, but you never actually are. You're either overshooting or undershooting. It's the same sort of thing with sleep. And this is just as important as training, because your recovery is a byproduct of your training. If you're not recovering fast, you can't train hard. Track your sleep if you can. Make sure you're getting sufficient 8 hours sleep, because this will make all the difference between whether you can train the same muscle every 2 days or you have to train it every 3 days. Another thing that I would tell my old self to do is to make sure you're drinking enough water. And electrolytes are a game changer for your vascularity, your pump, and just overall how your sessions go. Supply your muscles with the right amount of water. Being dehydrated is going to make you weaker. What I do is I drink a lot of coconut water, which has heaps of electrolytes in it. Make a conscious effort to drink a substantial amount of water. Another thing I would do from the very beginning is take your vitamins. A lot of people are deficient in things like vitamin D3 and zinc or calcium or whatever it might be. Magnesium is a big one. A lot of people don't get enough of these vitamins from their general diets. Now, being deficient will actually lower your hormones and in essence lower your testosterone, which is not what you want, and also just help you in general. My skin has never looked better after taking fish oil. And one thing I do notice taking zinc as well is my hair grows back super quick. I have to shave like every second day. It's ridiculous. Next up we have is moving forward. I talk to so many people and they just have absolutely no structure with their training. Like, they're not actually setting a goal for themselves where they're like, oh, I want to, you know, every couple weeks or every week, I actually want to put 1.25 kilos or 2.5 kilos on my strength. And they're just pushing their muscles the same amount every week. And this is not going to get you anywhere. You need to be progressively overloading. And I know you hear that a million times, but if you're not setting those standards for yourself, even if it seems so far-fetched as well, if you want to get up to a 3-plate bench, and honestly, in your first year of training, you should be getting stronger every single week. I was, as a natural, my bench was going up every single week. It's what I would tell myself. It's what 99% of people don't effectively do. You know, make sure you're always progressing forward. Now, something else I would drum into my old self with their training is, if it's growing, just keep going. So there's a lot of research out there nowadays, and obviously, you know, new information comes out on what the most effective split is and blah, blah, blah. I don't really care what split you do. Whatever works for you, works for you. If you're on the bro split, you should probably not be on the bro split. Now, I know there's always continuous new research and data coming to light as to what the most optimal workout split is, but honestly, if it's growing you the most, just stick to it. Now, thankfully for me, I started out from the very beginning doing low reps, high intensity, high frequency training. This is what's always worked for me, and it's that upper lower split. Now, I've tried everything. That's honestly what took me to the next level, is that forceful high frequency training, like hitting legs every 48 hours, hitting bench every 48 hours is what really helped my strength progress. Whatever works for you, works for you. Choose your split wisely, stick to it. Frequency is what works for me. Something else I would talk to my old self about is diet. Now, a lot of people start out not really having any consistency within their diet, and a lot of people get the misconception that bulking, you can eat whatever you want as long as you're getting your protein goal, the rest doesn't really matter. You know, I wish I could just slap my old self in the face and tell them to eat whole foods rather than just eat crap and take out all the time. And you know, if you're drinking 2 liters of chocolate milk to try and bulk up, or eating Maccas to try and gain weight, it's not ideal. You're going, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Eating clean has been the biggest game changer for my physique and how my physique looks. My vascularity, just everything takes like a 180 flip between having a mediocre physique to, you know, having that freakish, shredded, dry look. 90% of that is eating clean. Now, I don't track my food, but I do encourage you to do it because it will give you a good idea of how much you're overshooting or how much you're undershooting your macros. And I make sure that I'm getting my protein from actual food sources: steak, eggs, chicken. You know, I'm not drinking 80 grams of protein shakes every day. Starting out my training, I ate like absolute dog shit. Ate takeout to put on weight, and I did put on a lot of mass. I put on a lot of strength as well, but I had a long way to go to shred it all off. Cutting out sugars as well is a big one. That will make your face not as bloated. It will make you hold less water on your frame as well. Like, if you're just a snacky person on like chocolate bars or chips or whatever it might be, you need to cut it out. I used to drink a lot of protein shakes to meet my protein goals because I just thought protein's protein, right? It doesn't really make a difference. It does make a difference, and I wish I could tell myself that. I just can't emphasize enough how much of a game changer it is to get your protein from protein sources. Next up we have is cardio. I never realized how important cardio is until I started doing cardio. The vast difference your physique looks by just getting 10K steps in a day, or just, you know, doing that 30-minute walk on the incline every so often, every couple of days or something. It makes you look so much more chiseled, so much more vascular, makes you shred fat so much easier than anything else. A lot of people really undermine the importance of cardio. If you're in a surplus, you'll gain weight. If you're in a deficit, you'll lose weight. No, it makes all the difference with how your physique looks. And you'll never understand this up until you try it. And I encourage you, please, just your next workout, just go on the treadmill for 15 minutes and just do that for like 2 weeks. And then thank me later. It's also just so good for your heart health. It's not hard to get, you know, minimum 10K steps in a day. Ideally, you want to do your cardio after your workout, but if you do it before, it's not like, you know, the end of the world. And last but not least is to shred up When you finally build enough muscle to be able to cut down your weight and see how it all comes together, this is what motivates you the most. This is what really brings to light the amount of work you've been putting in. Right now, I'm probably 10%, maybe single digit. I wouldn't be surprised if I am, but you never really know until you do a DEXA scan, so I'm not gonna act like I do know what body fat percentage is, but if I was to take a guess, I could very well be 9%. This area is really what brings out that freakish, not natty look. And this is when I've gotten the most amount of gear accusations, is when I cut down and got, you know, pretty vascular, quite lean, with a good amount of muscle as well. It's where you're the most satisfied with your physique. It's what creates the biggest wow factor, but obviously you need to have a bit of muscle to shred the fat as well. You have to grow a substantial amount of muscle or else you're just gonna look like skinny, shredded. It's not easy to shred as well. It takes discipline, but you know, you are gonna be hungry and it's not easy. Not everyone can do it. It's why you don't see a lot of people such low body fats, because it's hard. And then lastly, I would say just enjoy the journey. I mean, the dopamine that you get from seeing progression throughout your gym journey is really something that no one really knows about until they experience it themselves. It's a great feeling, man. Like, you know, reaching the point where you set a standard for yourself and a goal looking crazier than you ever thought you could be, it's an amazing feeling. If you are someone and you can implement every single thing I have said in the Giga Chad speed run, you will grow like a stallion, like seriously. If you can just do all the things that I've said, this is what will set the ceiling for how much potential you have. And that ceiling's gonna be up here instead of down here, where you're just doing everything mediocre and half-assed, or you're skipping steps and you're doing, you know, the training's good but the diet's not, or the recovery's not good. You're setting the ceiling and the bar down here. But if your training's good, your diet's great, you're eating whole foods, your recovery's good, you're sleeping well, you're drinking enough water, you're taking your vitamins every single day, your discipline's up here, you're progressively overloading, this is where the ceiling is for you. And that's where you want to put yourself. And I'm talking naturally as well, not taking any, you know, secret sauce or... Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure you leave a like if this helped you, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.